connect with other men. You know, it's like people trying to introduce me, but it's just when it's not the same, it's not the same. So I'm going to do it different this time. I'm going to be alone until I'm whole. And then when I'm whole, then I will, you know, open myself back up so I don't make the same mistake again.
How wide we talking?
When you go through a bad enough breakup, you're like, I don't like nobody. Like, you're like, I don't like nobody. I was sitting there, I was like, do I like women enough? Can I get with a woman? Like, who can come in and fill this void? Like, oh my God, somebody. I have got to be able to sit with someone and feel a part of what I felt with him. But I don't yet. It'll come. It'll come. But I'm like, you know, and I think that now that I'm realizing that, because what I've decided is that I'm not going to look for it anymore. So I'm not going to like push myself into dating or anyone or trying to figure out, you know, who do I like? Who can I be around? Because this is probably also part of healing. I mean, just sitting with this. Sitting with being alone, sitting with the loss, and let myself heal the loss. And I know I'm crying right now, but I feel good every day. Each day I get better. Each day I feel stronger. But I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard living lonely when you know you have to live lonely for a while.
Everybody hold tight, because this reveal is about to shake every last nerve you have. Tasha K just dropped a pile of evidence so wild it barely sounds believable. Sitting right in the middle are Porsha Williams and Andy Cohen, tied to an alleged secret connection spanning years, tucked behind red carpets and reunion couches, quietly steering the power dynamics of one of Bravo's most watched franchises. According to Tasha K, this was never some cute little secret. It was a calculated, ice-cold alliance. Porsha Williams allegedly used her access to Andy to weaken rivals, humiliate castmates, and lock in her control. Kenya Moore, Kandi Burruss, Cynthia Bailey, and Claudia Jordan reportedly felt the consequences, while Andy allegedly protected Porsha from the background. These so-called receipts sketch an unsettling scene. Private talks, hushed exchanges, and off-camera meetings that point toward mutual exploitation. Andy's alleged motivation was profit, ratings, and tighter grip over the narrative. Porsha's alleged objective was total dominance, unchecked influence, and payback against anyone who dared cross her. Every clash, each televised meltdown, and every quiet takedown allegedly traces back to moves made with Andy safely stationed behind the curtain. But this goes far beyond rumors of a secret romance. It exposes what appears to be a toxic system fueled by manipulation, secrecy, and psychological warfare. Viewers question everything.
Porsha Williams. We have video of her before she was on the show. She's giving a sermon about how you need to save the gays and the lesbians from being condemned to hell.
The Christian's supposed to be telling the hooker on the street, the drug dealer, the person who in the hospital trying to commit suicide, the gay, the lesbian. We're supposed to be trying to save them and tell them you are worthy.
What? I thought she's like pro-gay now.
She is pro-gay.
So what's her true feeling?
I don't think she knows her true feeling. I think she's one of those people who just goes with what she thinks is going to work for her.
Strap in, because what's about to explode doesn't merely blur the border between reality TV and real life. It absolutely annihilates it. What Tasha K has just laid out threatens to turn the entire Bravo universe completely upside down. Right at the center of the chaos sit Porsha Williams and Andy Cohen, linked through an alleged secret relationship that silently molded the show's internal power structure for years. And here's the detail that flips everything. This wasn't romance driven by feelings. Based on the material revealed, this was a calculated power deal allegedly created to trade influence, exposure, and money. Private texts, emails, and discreet meeting logs point to a repeating pattern of strategic maneuvering, transforming what fans assumed was harmless drama into a tightly controlled manipulation game. Insiders allege Porsha Williams weaponized her link to Andy, crafting moments where cast members were sidelined, humiliated, or erased entirely. Kenya Moore, Kandi Burruss, Cynthia Bailey, Claudia Jordan all are said to have absorbed the damage, while Andy allegedly operated as a quiet wall between Porsha and accountability. Every blow up, each uncomfortable silence, every precisely timed jab seemed to serve a bigger blueprint, elevating one figure while methodically tearing down the rest. According to Tasha K's research, Love was never the goal, leverage was. Andy allegedly chased profit and production authority, while Porsha Williams allegedly chased dominance and revenge against anyone who questioned her position. Among the receipts are alleged text exchanges where Porsha explains how to use Andy's backing to sway public opinion, steer story arcs, and isolate enemies. Additional files cite closed-door meetings where plans were drafted to publicly humiliate cast members beneath the disguise of organic drama. The pattern reads as chilling, with reactions allegedly rehearsed, conflicts supposedly engineered, and public perception carefully sculpted to protect Porsha Williams' image of innocence. Meanwhile, former cast members are portrayed as emotionally rattled, struggling to reconcile their on-screen personas with the private hostility they reportedly endured. Additional evidence implies Andy's involvement allegedly went far beyond passive approval. According to the leaks, he may have actively intervened to ensure Porsha Williams' behavior never crossed into real consequences. Moments that seemed spontaneous on camera were allegedly the product of advanced coordination, a silent system built on favoritism, humiliation, and power hoarding. Call logs and emails reportedly hint at requests for intervention during heated conflicts, followed by subtle production adjustments that repeatedly tipped the balance in her favor. What surfaced, according to Tasha K., was a dangerous fusion of intimacy and strategy that left reputations bruised and careers knocked off course. Sources described tense confrontations where cast members tried to push back, only to realize Porsha Williams' influence made resistance futile. Complaints allegedly disappeared, meetings mysteriously stalled, and decisions were quietly overturned. The final result was an environment where Porsha Williams allegedly operated without boundaries, reinforcing authority through fear, charm, and calculated pressure, with Andy's role functioning as an invisible shield. Digital trails reportedly suggest the relationship was an open secret within inner circles, while viewers stayed unaware, consuming a polished storyline designed to conceal the machinery beneath. The collected evidence paints a deeply unsettling atmosphere, where emotional conflict collided with career survival. Acts of humiliation were allegedly pre-planned, magnified by Andy's support to reinforce hierarchy. Cast members reportedly understood that challenging Porsha Williams could invite retaliation, making silence the safest option. Messages cited by Tasha K. allegedly reveal coordination of on-camera confrontations timed to inflict maximum damage while preserving plausible deniability. The emotional toll, insiders claim, lingered long after filming wrapped. According to the receipts, the reach of this alleged alliance stretched far beyond personal disputes. Voting results, storyline focus, and promotional visibility were reportedly manipulated to keep Porsha Williams securely at the top. The methods were subtle yet relentless, blending public warmth with private control that kept rivals constantly off balance. Andy's alleged facilitation turned a personal bond into a show-wide control system, locking the hierarchy into place through timing, secrecy, and access. This expose shatters the illusion of harmless entertainment, revealing a machine where perception was engineered and careers became chess pieces. Tasha K.'s findings suggest the secrecy was never about hiding emotions. It was about controlling outcomes. Every message. The revelations further indicate that Porsha Williams allegedly used this power to manipulate alliances, selecting targets with precision while remaining untouchable. Narrative control, voting influence, and career paths were reportedly altered at will. Rival cast members allegedly watched their concerns ignored and their credibility slowly dismantled. The receipts reportedly include detailed instructions on narrative framing, confrontation timing, and escalation tactics, a blueprint for sustaining dominance. What Tasha K. has uncovered points to a relationship that operated as both shield and weapon. Porsha Williams allegedly gained protection and praise, while Andy allegedly received influence and financial leverage, a mutually beneficial arrangement with deeply disturbing implications. For viewers who trusted what they saw on screen, this expose delivers a brutal awakening. The drama was never simply drama. So strap in, because as more evidence keeps surfacing, the illusion completely implodes. What once passed as entertainment now looks like a battlefield of control, silence, and emotional casualties. This opening chapter doesn't merely reveal a scandal. It redraws the boundaries of power, secrecy, and consequence, showing that behind the spotlight, personal connections can become tools of lasting harm. The chaos behind the scenes only escalated as additional evidence emerged. What once seemed like a quiet, contained situation involving Porsha Williams and Andy Cohen is now alleged to have reshaped the show's entire hierarchy, leaving emotional wreckage and stalled careers behind. According to Tasha K., Porsha Williams' actions were never impulsive or accidental. Every move was allegedly intentional, crafted to control, humiliate, and overpower those around her. Kenya Moore, Candy Burris, Cynthia Bailey, and Claudia Jordan were allegedly drawn into a carefully engineered trap where Andy's backing made resistance pointless. Messages, emails, and discreetly arranged meetings reportedly blended personal intimacy with professional leverage, forming a system built on imbalance. Insiders describe moments where Porsha Williams allegedly exploited her access to insider knowledge to shape narratives and guide public opinion. Conflicts were reportedly manufactured, tensions stirred, and rivals isolated, all while she preserved a polished image of innocence. Andy's alleged protection acted as a safety net, allowing boundaries to be crossed without consequences. According to the communications uncovered, scenes that appeared raw or spontaneous were allegedly the result of precise timing, calculated reactions, and constant assessment of who was vulnerable. Next, the level of planning suggested by these materials reveals a darker truth beneath the bright lights, turning entertainment into psychological warfare. Emails cited in the receipts allegedly show Porsha Williams orchestrating takedowns of cast members under the cover of story development. One exchange reportedly details how specific individuals should be placed into humiliating scenarios, while Andy allegedly stepped in to ensure the blame never touched her. Former insiders describe an environment of non-stop pressure, where complaints were useless and silence became a survival tactic. Emotional stress, public embarrassment, and stalled momentum allegedly trailed multiple cast members. While viewers watched the chaos as harmless on-screen drama, confidence was carefully performed. Off-camera, every move was reportedly a calculation designed to protect dominance. The evidence further suggests Porsha Williams' influence stretched into audience manipulation and promotional power. Texts allegedly reveal instructions on shaping fan narratives, controlling online perception, and quietly damaging competitors' credibility. Andy's alleged involvement ensured access to influence stayed firmly in her grasp, creating a climate where rivals remained permanently off balance. What viewers perceived as organic conflict was allegedly manufactured pressure meant to reinforce control and lock hierarchy in place. Additional materials reportedly suggest efforts to expose or challenge Porsha Williams were consistently shut down. Production choices were allegedly altered, complaints rerouted, and accountability skillfully avoided. The communications outline a pattern where questioning her authority resulted in punishment, while loyalty earned protection. Insults were allegedly timed, confrontations meticulously staged, and resistance turned into public humiliation, all while Porsha Williams walked away untouched. Former cast members described living under constant tension, knowing one wrong move could change their trajectory overnight. The receipts reportedly expose moments where individuals were deliberately set up for mockery, manipulated through editing, and shoved into confrontations designed to shatter them. Andy's alleged facilitation reportedly turned influence into infrastructure, making opposition almost impossible. What appeared glamorous on the surface allegedly operated as a system of exploitation underneath. Insider accounts suggest the alliance set off a chain reaction across production. Choices that seemed random were allegedly pre-planned, outcomes quietly negotiated. Trust deteriorated as cast members moved through uncertainty, never knowing which smiles hid strategy. Messages allegedly reveal coordination aimed at maximum public damage, protecting Porsha Williams' position, while others absorbed the fallout. Secrecy, timing, and leverage fused into a single method of control. According to Tasha K's records, this wasn't accidental toxicity. It was allegedly deliberate. Porsha Williams' strategy reportedly mixed charm, intimidation, and precision, while Andy allegedly supplied the structural support to keep it running. Careers were placed at risk, reputations weakened, and emotional harm inflicted, all beneath a carefully polished entertainment facade. Call logs, texts, and emails suggest conflicts were monitored, shaped, and released at calculated moments. Porsha Williams allegedly escalated confrontations for maximum impact, while Andy allegedly guaranteed protection from backlash. Efforts to resist were reportedly blocked at every level, reinforcing her untouchable status. The psychological burden on cast members was severe as reality blurred into manipulation and performance merged with control. The records also point to a cycle of retaliation. Those who challenged the system allegedly faced coordinated consequences, narrative control tightened, and dissent silenced. What started as a private relationship reportedly evolved into a mechanism for dominance, punishment, and the consolidation of power. Every leaked message peels back another layer of a reality far darker than anything that ever aired. As these details keep surfacing, the damage becomes impossible to deny. The alleged manipulation and exploitation reportedly left permanent scars on the show and everyone caught inside it, forcing viewers to question what was ever genuine. What once passed as entertainment may have been a carefully engineered illusion. One built to elevate a single figure at an enormous human cost. According to Tasha K's receipts, this story isn't just messy. It's a chilling lesson in how influence, secrecy, and personal relationships can be weaponized until dignity becomes collateral damage. The fallout from the alleged relationship between Porsha Williams and Andy Cohen reportedly exploded in ways few within the franchise anticipated. What Tasha K claims to have uncovered doesn't merely suggest favoritism. It allegedly reveals a prolonged campaign of psychological control, betrayal, and calculated exploitation that stretched far beyond what viewers ever witnessed. Insiders allege cast members were left emotionally fractured, forced to perform confidence on camera while enduring carefully engineered humiliation of it. Every explosive argument, each public takedown, and every storyline that mysteriously leaned one direction now appears, according to the receipts, to have been deliberately constructed to secure Porsha Williams' dominance. With Andy allegedly ensuring her position stayed untouchable, the damage, sources claim, went far beyond careers. It cut deeply into personal identity and mental health. The environment allegedly created by this alliance was soaked in constant tension and quiet fear. Cast members reportedly felt monitored, evaluated, and strategically deployed for dramatic payoff. Messages and emails referenced in the leaks allegedly show Porsha Williams mapping out isolation tactics, timing moments of humiliation for maximum exposure, and shutting down any path of resistance before it ever opened. Andy's alleged role as both gatekeeper and shield reportedly amplified her reach, granting her the power to shape narratives and public perception without consequences. What should have been a production set allegedly turned into a war zone, where trust collapsed and emotional endurance was tested daily. According to the receipts, Porsha Williams' influence didn't stop at personal conflict. Financial opportunities, promotional visibility, and preferential treatment were allegedly negotiated through the same secret channel, lifting her up while others were quietly pushed aside. Former insiders describe a suffocating sense of helplessness, aware that speaking out could spark retaliation or freeze their careers entirely. Every confrontation, each on-camera clash, and every sudden storyline shift reportedly served one purpose: reinforce control while disguising it as entertainment. Additional documents allegedly reveal how carefully secrecy and leverage were protected. Call logs, messages, and meeting notes suggest both parties fully understood the authority they held and how to wield it. Cast members who tried to challenge Porsha Williams' behavior reportedly found themselves blocked not publicly, but through silent production choices arranged behind closed doors. The image painted by the receipts is of a sealed ecosystem where personal intimacy and professional power merged into a single destructive force. The emotional fallout, insiders say, was severe. Anxiety, breakdowns, and lasting psychological damage reportedly followed many who were targeted. The alleged affair functioned not merely as a secret, but as a weapon used to distort perception, control narratives, and punish anyone seen as a threat. Andy's alleged facilitation allowed the imbalance too. The materials allegedly reveal calculated planning, staged confrontations, and manipulation of both production and audience perception at a terrifying scale. Relationships shattered, loyalties crumbled, and reputations burned, all while viewers stayed oblivious. As more evidence keeps coming forward, the extent of the damage becomes impossible